Not that
Hi.
Let me see. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, computer. All right.
Thanks, Friday.
Right? Sokovia's going for a ride. All right. So you guys are in the cave, the Blood Rose Cave. I believe Seraphine has just finished interring the body. You were using spirits to fish out, to search out the astral space she mentioned, and you returned with the gloves of empowerment. And you, let's see, I know you said you headed towards the front of the cave, not wanting anything to do with interring the body.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
He's with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I headed up as well.
We're chatting.
I was hoping-
after my thing. That's I will join. Okay. So we're all
I was hoping Sarah dig a hole.
Dig a hole.
Excellent. So before these two join you at the front of the cave, is there anything the three of you would like to discuss?
Well.
Fuck off.
No.
As we exit the cave. Just real quick, before we leave, I need to ask you, do you have any more questions for her? The dead witch
Oh.
that I can bring back and you can have a combo with you. Is there anything you need before I bounce?
You should have asked me. You should have given me this question ahead of time.
I know. I didn't think about it until I
Oh.
saw my sheet. I was like, oh, right, yeah, no.
Okay, hold
Well,
on,
we just
let's
get
take
rid of
time.
it. Yeah,
Think for a second.
Do you have like a number of questions?
I don't.
Okay, well, can you ask what you actually did have to? I would like to know.
So, I'm going to.
I fucking love it so much.
19 plus 6. 25.
So the hole's done. And
I'm just sitting at the hole, covered in dirt.
yeah, I was just gonna say, and since I don't think anyone has a shovel, a couple of you are.
I was using my gun. Okay, yeah.
I just, you know,
I mean,
have y'all seen like the
Don't
cartoon
tell me your
Outriders?
ears.
You know Mole, how
Yeah.
he's like obsessed with
I want that in your
dirt?
bubble.
And he stabs it down. Like I'm having like a mole right now.
we're in the underworld. Stay in my bubble. Protect you. Ooh, rocks.
Okay, so
Roderica, Phil has a question for you.
Just go to Red Rita.
yeah.
Yes.
On purpose, it's just super fucking wrong.
She sits up, kind of she's on her back, and she's kind of.
Rigor mortis a little bit.
Yeah,
She seems to kind of.
Some little cracks.
Yes.
I knew you didn't really want me dead. I feel weird.
I feel weird.
This must be how my pets feel. It's like I'm wrapped in an adhesive.
Billy, what was your question?
Hey.
So if you didn't die and weren't all evil and try to kill all of us, like, could I have a shot here? With you?
I think you're quite an expert marksman, from what I saw.
Would have gone any further. Or you just killed me and raised me as a thrall.
Darling, those questions aren't mutually exclusive.
You know, that's fair. You could have had lots of fun.
I certainly hoped to. I don't think there's anything stopping me from continuing it.
Do you have any further questions?
Sorry, I'm not really interested in hamster thralls.
Oh, me either.
I have an out of character question.
Yes.
Uh,
Can I touch her, please?
no, I remember you said that, or she tried to bribe me to not kill her
Yes.
with some item.
Mhm.
That
We
she,
got that.
We did?
No.
No, I was gonna say,
No,
no,
we
we didn't.
didn't. Kids.
Right?
Yeah.
You got a
Right,
different.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to like, or like, I don't remember what the item is though, but I wanna, because I didn't write it down. I wrote down the other two things.
Well, no, that item, I tried to go into the astral thing to get it,
Yeah.
but didn't get it, got something different. You can ask.
Yeah,
her
it
what it was.
was.
Yeah, but I don't remember what it is.
It was the kiss, but a different kiss.
It was right. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the Radicus kiss was a thing that she tempted us with before,
Yeah,
but then said, and,
But there's
like
an
when we were about, she was
actual-
about to die, she was like, hold on, just let me live, you can have the flowers, right?
yeah,
She offered an item, but didn't tell us what it was.
She did. It was. She called it Radicus
Okay,
kiss.
I didn't hear
That's what I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
but-
saying, I have something that you want.
No, she called it the kiss, but then like said something along the lines of like not that kind of kiss.
Okay,
To
I didn't know, I thought
so-
maybe you were hinting at the idea that like, that's not what its name is.
That's where I.
Okay.
Which is why my character was like, wait, what is this thing?
does she have
I
to?
found it, don't worry.
Does she have to answer the question? Like, is she like? This isn't like if I ask her the question, she like has to answer it. Honestly, she just can answer it however she sassily wants to.
Isn't she at his point?
Yeah, so I'm like,
Yes and no.
okay, okay. Okay, what, like, I was about to ask her.
She is not required to tell the absolute.
Okay.
But you can also
Try and influence.
Yeah.
What do you
Moreover,
know
you can
about?
torment her.
What do you know about the tower?
Oh, it was here long before I was. Well, we had to seal it
Why?
because its denizen had wanted nothing to do with us. Kept trying to escape this realm. We can't let those who visit leave.
Why?
Because there's not supposed to be an egress. Wait, there's an exit. Ingress.
Ingress, yeah.
There's not supposed to be an egress from this plane to the mortal one. Those who have earned a place here know that. You do not want to thin the membrane between planes, my dear. Every witch with her salt should know that.
Who's the denizen in the tower?
We have no name for the creature. We simply call it the denizen of the tower.
Have you talked to the wind?
There's no wind in the
No,
cave.
I prefer the company of demons. And my roses.
I just like smack her hand as she reaches for them.
First of all,
Oh, they certainly are. You're about to bury me among them, and my blood will foster many more to grow. My power will return in time.
bed soil. But how long has that denizen been there?
How should I know? It was before me. Besides, time is not as important on this plane.
Anybody have any more questions?
Oh, I do.
I didn't ask you. No, okay, what? We got one.
I just wanted to know how.
And I cut her off there.
You just kill it like that? Okay, so then I'm gonna grab her body and I'm gonna like drag it.
And now you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. we-
Because at this point, I'm gonna get angry at a waste of
Yeah.
good resources.
Yeah. So, those are super glaring.
She's a powerful dead body I could use, but you have full dibs, and I am not complaining in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But my guy's like, all that gold just sitting there.
You can have her gold. I don't care about the gold.
No, she is.
No, she is the gold.
Oh, like
She's worth her
sell her?
weight.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, good to know that we called kids on that box.
Fucking weirdo. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drag her body over to like this stone slab thing away from the roses.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drain all of her blood. And once her blood is drained, I will drag her body back to the flowers and bury her bloodless body there. And her blood can stay over there in the corner with the stones.
Let's roll question.
Question on my blood.
What'd you say, Will?
Question.
Question. 22?
Okay. So it takes about 20 minutes because her heart is no longer pumping her blood through her body. She requires you to make all sorts of little incisions.
I mean, I was just gonna like,
How would your character even know that?
Oh, let him down. Blood is very small.
And so bloodbending is from Avatar. It allows you to physically manipulate the blood inside a person, which allows you
You'll
to
be able to shake her instead.
can you just like puppet the blood out of her body?
which is why it's a high.
I mean, you should have told me you were changing the plan. I'm out front.
Yeah.
That's
Would
why
you
I
rather
asked. Like
cremation
yeah.
and burial.
I mean, I just want her to be fertilizer for the flowers so that they can grow but not be evil. And then if they grow, then I'm doing what they say so they can be allies.
Well, I've always been taught that, the flame cleanses everything, so.
But it's gonna take a while to burn a dead body.
Probably less time than it'll take to drain the blood. If it was heart pumping kind of thing, it wouldn't take very long, but it's just gonna be still in her limbs now.
So that 20 minutes,
I mean,
we're out front.
Well, then maybe
as I
we
say,
can
she
just
theoretically could tell
Any blood that's
me.
left over, just wanna leave.
I guess I could-
Now, right?
I mean, does she know you're going to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a vampire. I'm just gonna assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
She didn't know
like,
you do that.
I'm gonna go.
She's been alive long enough to know that vampires can.
Vampires do blood stuff, right?
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
that's
just
common
go to
blood.
him. I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
hey,
RP it. RP it.
okay.
Now that we know what we're doing.
Okay.
Did we have a conversation while
Yes,
while she was dragging and, okay.
and making tiny incisions.
So, so while she's
Why are
working
y'all
her.
doing? I was literally gonna gut this woman, like an autopsy, and drain her blood like that. Why are you doing? I'm like poking her and like squeezing her blood out of her. Like I'm literally gonna like hang her upside down and like.
Because you're afraid of wolves. You think you're picking up a dead ass witch.
I'm a
Hanging
but
out.
I like live in the forest and I have to survive somehow.
Alright. I don't know. I assume that warthogs bring you flowers or
Also,
some shit.
if you
From the ones that they eat.
do that, you're still gonna have to have problems with like legs because it's not gonna pump.
Yeah.
Right,
If
okay,
that-
yeah.
That's
At
why
this
I said
point,
multiple
it's been-
incisions, because I thought you would do that in order to drain.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But okay. I was just saying like.
We gut her first, and then we start poking to find everything.
You also want
Okay,
to,
great.
yeah.
But hold on, I'm backing up now. So I'm just moving her body away from the flowers, right? And then I'm gonna go find you. So let me start.
Okay,
there.
so while you're on your way out of the cave, what
We're
conversation?
Yes.
And my first thing is just like, so,
Like the look in the sun.
Yeah,
but they're
sorry,
trying to-
you're pretty powerful. You're a pretty big fella.
Are they like growing like anymore? Like for plants, or did they just turn like some are like more little? So it's like they're older.
Yes.
We had it. We had everything. There's no reason why we had to go and do any more damage than we need to. What do you know about her?
I agree. She was willing to offer the seal. I wasn't willing to endanger the entire party at that expense.
I know that she has a personal connection with different forces of nature and the way that she interacted with those flowers. I assume that was one of them. So when she said that she was doing it for flowers, I just left it at that.
And none of the rest of us see an issue with burying a mystic old witch in a field of sentient roses, cave or otherwise.
I don't like bearing anything.
Same, Henri.
Yeah, I would never be one to bury anything that's things rot, turns to bones, and I get more bones for gas.
I think I see Seraphine down the cave as she approaches, so let's ask her these questions now that they're done burying the body. Because we assume that's what you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I was left
You
alone.
came out with her, right?
No.
Did you? No?
No.
Okay, got it.
Why would I?
Oh, Seraphine, and you done left me by myself.
With a dead witch. And a bunch of-
No, I haven't.
Not a bunch of.
I haven't
That's the
He
problem.
did with that he was attracted to.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so I haven't necessarily, okay, so I don't know unless you can tell me, but because I was kind of trying to figure this out, I was like, wait, I didn't necessarily start cutting into this witch yet. Because once I started talking to you about what to do, you were like, it would just be easier if you just burned her, because fire solves everything, or whatever you said.
Yeah.
So that's when,
That's the gist.
yeah, so that's, so I haven't, anyway, you guys don't know that, but, okay, so. Okay, so I'm like frazzled, right? Because I'm like pissed and I'm just like, whatever.
Well, there she is, woman of the hour.
The witch in the dirt?
Lord Azorius,
Yeah.
tell me, what can you, fuck. I can't be like, I
Well,
gotta
that's a loaded question.
I don't know what you can't fuck either. That's a good question.
thank you. What is the extent of your abilities to manipulate?
They're varied. I can detect blood, cleanse blood, move blood.
Cleanse blood. Can I borrow you for a moment?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like grab your arm and take off down the hallway. Like it's like not even.
Okay.
I hop off of his shoulder.
Like, no.
Y'all have fun. I'm out. Henri and I will stand guard out here.
You want to play quick game bones?
Lobo.
You're both cheating.
Okay, so I can't bury her with her blood in her body because then it could turn the roses against us. And I'm hoping you can maybe cleanse her blood before we burn her and bury her ashes. Someone said penis.
I don't think
I said feet.
I know that's what you said, but that's not what it sounded like.
Very much sounded like.
With inside
Okay, that was
conversation
my
about
fear
it.
of burying something that's powerful. So, in
You
nature,
want to like drop
excellent. So, am I using then something like
Which one?
my blood bending to pull the blood out?
if that's what you want to do to get it out.
Is that's the goal, that's right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're trying to remove her blood to then bury the body.
Yes,
Are you trying to keep the blood for any reason?
yes. I'm gonna like put it in one of my little jars. I guess it would be little. It's like
I like
a
it.
fucking
I
bottle
like
of blood,
I can
Okay.
use that later.
but yeah, I'm gonna like keep her blood in like a jar in my like stuff.
I'm good with this because I could use this.
Exactly.
Right.
We can use
Down with
it.
this.
We're keeping her
Down with
blood.
Very roundabout way to get a kiss.
I'm just like, I rummage through my bag and I'm like,
Okay.
things like a bunch of stuff's flying out, like snails and mushrooms and herbs and shit and rocks and like a stick. And then I just like,
Okay, so I just have to make the roll, right?
I grabbed this stick.
Okay.
And it
Cross your
starts to
fingers.
smoke.
So that's
Useless. 13, and I needed it to be 20 higher.
Yes, however, because she's dead, I'll allow it to seep out and up like a snake, and then into your jar. And she is now a bloodless corpse.
lovely shade of purple. Okay.
No, very, very, very white.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple will come from blood, so she is white. I mean, I can give you like, she's so gray that she kind of looks purple in the gloom. I'll give that to you. But yeah, she's like super pale.
All right.
No longer even really looks like
You're up, buddy.
human.
I get the stick, I stab it in Radika.
Okay.
And then I have the stick on fire.
Yeah, so a red fire. Go ahead and roll.
Craig.
So
It's so
a red fire that is much more crimson and bright scarlet than normal flames.
I start to
Takes the
gently
top.
move.
Takes the top, yeah, which makes it almost look like firework.
My eyes
And then it
glow
goes
with the
yeah,
same fire.
down and over her body, and she crackles up and like parchment. She goes up, leaving these little embers and ash drifting through the.
And like I can hear the
Space.
roses. I was like, yay! Like that is the confetti sound.
They are actually hissing.
To me, it sounds like.
It's the end of
We all hear what we want to hear.
But yeah, as it flares, I kind of just lift an arm and turn away.
The hissing of the roses, you realize is actually because there's smoke curling out of them, and then they all catch flame.
Am I standing in a cave that just lit on fire?
The whole walls are lit up with embers, little sparks floating across your way. The place where she was, which was the big open area, is the least affected because they were clumped in the spot. That spot looks like a little bonfire, but there's lots of shadow in the big well of the cave.
Question.
Yes.
With my roll, did I know what was going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Just slightly
It's
delayed.
probably time for us to leave.
Slightly
The range of his shield.
Slightly delayed. No, I can conjure food and drink. I can come blow up some water all over every place, you know?
I'm guessing once the cave starts on fire. No, when the cave starts to light on fire, I immediately start making a break.
Okay. So you see a
I think our joke here is done.
full shadow mist form. I'm out. It resolves into kind of a
Little bit of smoke still trailing.
Like it burned off a couple of your hairs. Well, that was. There's nothing I can do about that, so I guess I'm just gonna leave. I don't know.
You're all right, it's all right.
Well, probably the flowers or the tunnels will be fine, maybe.
This is what
I mean, I was saying, okay, so I'm under the assumption that they all like simultaneously combust.
yes.
Okay, so there's not a single flower in this that's not burning right
No,
now.
they were connected.
Yeah.
They're also pretty much down to just little embers glowing now because they just went and then kind of died down. And but even the entire network of roots and stems and everything lit up.
So there's not, is there anything like a prop lift, like any propagation or anything in this thing? Or is it just like literally dust?
It is
A bowl.
all
plant.
it is all ash.
Okay,
And your pouch lights on fire.
why is his pouch light on
Whole
fire?
pouch.
Because he had
Because he has
No,
to
no, no.
be-
I
No, he gave it to
gave
me,
it to her as an
and I ate it.
Your, and she used it as an effigy. Remember, we snapped it?
We're fine.
Okay. I'm like, holy, what, why?
No, you're good. You're good. Never mind. It disappeared.
I got heartburn all of a sudden.
Pull out a mushroom.
burps and smoke
Excuse me. Okay, that didn't work out the way that I wanted.
We should carve our initials on the cave. It's not the Blood Rose Cave anymore. Oh, it's just shape.
I don't really want anybody to know
So
here.
are you guys still in the cave?
These two are.
Yeah.
We're probably slowly walking.
Yeah, I'm leaving now. Like I'm just walking
She's
out.
probably walking her good.
Yeah, I'm literally just like standing there, like shook, just like not really there. I'm sad, basically.
Through the bad situation works.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I thought I was helping.
As they approach out of the cave.
What the hell just happened there?
Oh, we just cleansed the cave. It's fine now.
Seraphine, you see why I didn't want to bury her now?
I don't know even answer.
Wait, what happened?
Seraphine, on the back of your character sheet, can you write the word betrayer?
Ooh. But what happened? What cleanse did you do?
No, we set everything on fire.
They burned the body.
Everything?
Well, that wasn't the plan, but that's what happened.
We say everything. Everything.
Everything but the rocks and the dirt. But you know, the bodies.
So all these
Probably
wonderful
bugs.
little blood roses you was trying to save. They ain't safe.
Oh, they were super safe because they were beyond means like, and this is the only way to save them, so put them out of their misery.
They were clearly connected to the witch's power, so now that they're gone and the witch's body's been burned, it would appear that the Blood Rose Cave is presence.
That's a good point. And if we all agree that she's wicked, then unfortunately Roses must be too.
So let me get this straight. You get all pissed off because you want to help these blood roses. We get into this battle we didn't need to continue. And you destroy the blood roses. Am I understanding that right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
A
technically,
pencil.
I don't have a pencil.
That's
Wondering.
fine. Lots right
technically, if you really
pencil.
want to be able to
You
use
can
one,
write in pen, that's why I put
She asked
part of
me.
pencil. And put 33%.
Wonder, do you really think the witch was going to give us the seal?
I think there was a chance at least.
There was a chance.
you want to, yes, sir.
I'm not willing to take that chance.
She was
I also
she
figured
was
you
probably
were.
pretty in her prime.
I also figured
1,000
you.
years ago.
Yeah.
I also figured you were a little sweet on it.
I mean, there's enough to go around. I'm a sheriff. I appreciate the respect, but you don't need to have that boundary with me.
I guess that's good to know.
If it happens again, you only find an undead witch in a realm you've never been before every once in a while.
All right, so we got this wonderful cave cleanse, but I'm curious about something, Zoris. Lord Zoris, sorry.
Wondering.
You can cleanse blood?
Peasant Tenebris.
Henry.
This will come after. It's all right.
I'm not up to my lordship. I just
As you know, bowcaster vampires have the ability to manipulate blood in all sorts of various manners. Yes, cleansing blood is one of the things that you can do. You also see it running through your veins.
Who has the most blood? Obviously, it's not the hamster.
Hey, we don't know that.
He just looks like a one.
Oh, that's Blissy.
Pocket of blood.
I think Honor is the only one I see. Did we determine
He
that?
has blood.
Does he? Okay.
I'm more blooded.
How tall are you? You're an infernal. You're going to be bigger than a human. You got more blood.
Yeah. I'm tall for a human, but I'm not going to be taller than
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I
We're
was
also
thinking,
gonna have,
being
like-
under 60. So,
You were?
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, I'm taller than him.
Over this lanky ass bowcaster.
good to know.
I guess. So.
So knowing that we have, sorry,
No, we're good.
knowing that we have 2 more seals to go and that we're likely to experience more,
Unpleasantness.
that's as good a word as any. I think it's time that we lay down what some of our abilities and motivations for being here might be, why the Alliance may have picked us.
I agree.
As a Lord of Noctis, I think my presence here is obvious as a representative of the Alliance in one of the most powerful cities in Tenebris.
Just, I slammed my staff down to give us the protective aura. 14 plus what miss?
Yes, willpower.
Oh, well, 5, 19.
Are we actively taking damage in this environment? Okay, so the aura simply like shuts out the sound of the wind around us and stuff. Okay,
And-
cool.
and
So we got
it's
it.
like
protects us-
coalesces.
It
Okay.
protects us from all those vile spirits that are.
Yeah. Just checking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Wanted to make sure there wasn't something we were needing to be resisting or
Something that we
like
were
that.
missing.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool.
You feel enfeebled?
But yeah, it's nice to have a quiet bubble.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, we're gonna talk.
So,
Safely.
yes. And Sir Henri, as you've alluded to, my ability to manipulate the blood in a variety of ways may or may not come in handy as we go. You've all seen my ability to shift as well.
And when you say shit, you're talking about like into your secret safe.
Yeah. We
I thought you were turning
in
that.
both rounds of combat, I think I've done that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh no, I think it was smoky vapors instead.
So they can shape like bats if he wants to.
When you get tighter into your lordship, you can speak with that.
Similarly, he can shape his mist to be like a big giant bat if he wants. But he doesn't have to.
That was always my favorite part of vampires.
I was always told that was just a childhood story. It's good to know.
I chose to leave.
Some Elden Lords have that power. It's a skill.
Well, in case y'all didn't recognize, I'm able to kind of have some of my spirits go and assist you guys in different ways that kind of give you little boosts of energy, boosts of whatever you might need. Just a little extra, you know. Like every once in a while, one of those spirits you might have heard say, shoot a little straight.
They're very friendly spirits.
Yeah, I like to keep them around. They're pretty good. Speaking of all those spirits, you know, I can communicate with all the spirits. I can summon them if I need to. But during combat, it's a little bit more difficult because I got to focus on what we're all focusing on. But I will say this: whenever you guys power yourselves up, my spirits recognize they kind of help me out too, so I'm able to give us a little speed, be able to do some actions really, really quick.
Feliel, it seems you rely heavily on the arms.
Oh yes, almost exclusively. My other ability with fire is a little, as you can see, it's a little
Little.
unpredictable.
As long as it's directed elsewhere.
Just don't piss me off.
Would agree.
He gets fired up easily.
That's really my two things.
Seraphine, Elazar,
In that order.
we're in a group. Feel free to speak up.
I got some questions for the two of you after.
Okay. Wait, what were the only questions I was going to answer? I know.
It doesn't matter, just
Okay.
tell us kind of what you do,
Oh,
even your
okay.
passive stuff over on the side, the innate
We're
ability.
just putting some cards on the table.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can accelerate plant growth, commune with animals and plants, kinetically control existing plants and animals, befriend hostile animals and plants. I can change my appearance to look like any humanoid, feminine humanoid.
Does that mean that you can look like Radica?
Hey, relax. Put your gun in your holster.
About 10% off over there.
Yes, which also gives me a bonus to charisma, and I can also make myself look terrifying, which gives me a bonus to charisma for intimidation.
So your magic has a deep connection with nature.
Yeah.
What, more terrifying than this?
Rude. Yeah.
I'm only joking, Sarah. I'm only joking.
Oh yeah, and then as Lord Azorius knows now, I'm able to do damage as well as heal in an area of effect. Yeah.
They're terracotta.
Right. And then I have
Yeah, speaking of which, you should be subtracting 2 every time you roll a skill check. The other one.
Oh,
I just
Just something.
okay. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm like able to pacify animals and beasts and
Deep connection to nature.
yeah, and I can look really scary. And I can also use like ritual items. But I need 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
And I'm pretty sure I went over everything last time when you wanted to pick me up and take me for voluntary rides. So I think we're good with what I can and can't do. Sorry.
I felt like that.
And how did you two come? How did you two know Lord Fergus?
That was one of my questions.
I was chosen by the Alliance to lead this group because I have a good sense of nature and direction, and I'm a good guide for those types of things.
Presumed it was because you were from you as well.
Yeah.
Well, so here's my question for you. How long you two know each other?
For a bit.
How long has it been?
It's a good question.
That's a good question.
Does time move differently for hamsters?
7
For some of us.
7 years is one hamster, or one hamster year is 7 human years, or whatever.
Well, I've known Belisar for about a week, but he's known me for about 6
Half his
months.
life.
6 halves of us.
Yeah. Which is about a week in our time. Is that, I guess you can. That's true or not, I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Do you need a body to do that talking thing?
Depends on the situation. Sometimes I can use the spirits.
And like how intact does the body need to be? Like if there was, if you know their head was blown off, for example.
I guess next time we'll find out with a blown off head.
That'd be far to-
You just like a disembodied head, like Paul Rudd in the zombie thing. He's like in the jar. Ant-Man or whatever.
All right. I don't know if I need to know much else.
Let's head back into town now that we've acquired the first seal. Acquired the first seal. Yep. Let's head back into town then.
Can I make like a, I don't know, like awareness or something check for any winged creatures, whether bats or birds or insects or something around?
Sure.
Okay, I don't know what I would check for that.
Awareness.
Okay. 12.
You have noticed that this realm seems pretty devoid of natural life. So far,
I am so much used to this realm.
so far the blood roses have been the closest thing to nature, aside from the blades of grass that are around the town.
All right.
All right, Governor.
How did we get our wounds? Was that an attack that she did?
I believe it was I believe it was
Exploded.
the big, wasn't it the big guy that
Yeah, the mist.
yeah.
One exploded.
When you
Oh,
when
that's
he-
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering.
We
What,
didn't
I was wondering what part of
I
me hurt.
totally thought you were gonna.
It's just
ask
my
which
soul.
one we can find.
My
I was going to, but
Yeah, that's why I was
When I
like, did you have any more questions?
I was going to, but then when I looked at what it was, I was kind of like, I don't know that reading that.
I mean,
Well, as we're waiting for him and we're walking, right, a little bit, I'll turn to you again and be like, so what the hell was that? Like, we had the seal,
We still have the seal.
but what did we need to do the extra stuff for? Like, we could have saved the party and been okay, got the seal and left.
Did someone die in the party?
It's not about someone dying, it's about someone possibly dying.
that's a
you're-
risk I'm willing to take.
When you're an adventuring party, it's always a risk that someone's gonna die.
Yeah, but if there's risks that we can avoid,
Or get ahead of them.
Sometimes are fun.
So you're
First,
telling me if
ask
you
questions
walked
later,
into
now
a
we can.
cave and saw a bunch of children tied up by an evil witch, you wouldn't go postal on this witch?
I didn't see that. That way
That's what I saw. A bunch of children being tortured by a witch, and I may have lost my top a little.
Okay, so to you, these were like little babies.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm having that little talk while we're walking about like what the fuck happened.
Okay.
Okay. I at least understand that a little bit more. I can respect that.
appreciate you.
Just right off the
Is that
bat.
what you appreciate, Sebastian?
Easy there, Squirrel. You just think about 20%.
So now we make it to the town. Anybody doing anything else on law?
I'm going to, yeah, where's the town? Okay, so we came back to the cave. So don't know where we're headed next, but I'm going to walk.
So this is the cave here, so that you come up from here.
Okay. So when we get to like here,
Mhm.
I would like to break off and go over to the tower.
Yeah, so you begin heading in the opposite direction of the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Does anybody do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, where are you
Oh,
going?
yeah. I think we're all gonna stop.
Real quick, like,
We ain't gonna be able to get through that tower with all the rest of without the rest of these seals.
I know. I want to take a look at something.
Well, then we somewhere with you. Ain't no way we splitting up right now.
Fine. So I'm gonna walk over to the tower.
So you walk down the road and you see the left side of it kind of goes up with just a little ways, and ahead there is a kind of a rounded, almost looks like someone took a pottery class and they did the edges of the thing, but they left the front little bit open, and then the tower's placed in the middle of that. So there's like this little round wall all around it, except for right there. So you couldn't see, you can see the tower just fine, but you can't see the front of the tower from anywhere except for as you approach it. There are stairs built into the front of the tower with a big, wide, like top stair or platform or dais in front of an enormous door entrance that goes by 12 feet up. And the door is arched. That's what you see. The tower is pure black, so it's made of like some sort of black stone.
And the wall's covering the true base of the tower, right?
Oh, say again?
Like, we don't see the base of the tower.
You do.
There's a-
Once you go through this part, you can see the base of the tower going into the ground.
I see, there's an actual wall, and then there's a space, and then there's.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
And
There's
there's a little- and the tower is probably like a little bit more than 100 feet tall.
Are there any windows?
There's a few glass windows, but the nearest one looks to be at least on the 3rd story.
Can we see anything in the windows?
No, it looks like they're just black, empty, staring back out at you, hollow.
Can I set a spirit to see?
Rolling.
Can I just climb up there and do it? I can clean the surfaces, right?
You
Can I
can.
climb the wall?
Mhm.
Okay. Do I have to roll for that?
17, which one?
Okay, so
It's doing 15. Because of my.
it's a race. So he summons a spirit that begins to rise up next to you, climbing up.
Okay.
And so you go. Sorry, he sends the spirit up. You go to the base of it before he summons the spirit completely. And as you touch it, the whole thing becomes like a shimmer of red, and you feel an intense heat beneath your fingers.
Question.
A spirit appears, and you give it the instruction to go look at the window. You have other instructions?
See if it can get in through the window.
Okay, it goes up and disappears into the window.
Am I allowed to do anything now?
All the action men come back and tell us what you see.
Hey, before he gets his second spirit, can I do something?
Yeah.
Okay.
He begins to summon it while you.
Okay. Other than grass, is there any like vines or like brambles or anything else around this tower?
Yeah. There's so the
red pulsing veins.
that's everywhere, yes. But there the embankment is like a stone, and then at the top of it is bushes and very low brush. And so some of them have little roots and stuff hanging down.
Okay.
Ivy climbing the tower.
I can communicate with ghosts. I can ask ghosts while it's up there. Hey, ghost what do you see?
I don't think it's within earshot now. What would you
Any
say?
ivy climbing the tower?
No, the nature does not appear to touch the tower.
Okay, can I use, is that questing?
To?
ST, to accelerate plant growth and like stand on top of it and like just grow it so I can go up?
Okay. Yes, you can.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your mysticism or questing. You're right. Questing.
Beanstalk stilts.
I'm having fun.
10.
Okay.
Sister.
So it begins to gather underneath you and lift
If
you
you
up.
see my ghost, still to come back.
It continues to pull from further and further away to get enough underneath you. After about 3 to 4 minutes, you're only about 4 feet up. You think you can keep going, but it's going to take probably an hour to get up to the height you need. Would you like to continue or abort?
Yes.
So are we
No.
done looking now?
What is
You're
that you
coming
want that you
back
want
here.
to see?
That's none of your fucking business.
I imagine it's probably the same thing you were trying to see.
I don't even know. I just wanted to see what we could see since we were here. She obviously had some kind of.
Why would, how is it that you don't have an agenda, but I do, even though we're doing exactly the same thing? How do I know you don't have an agenda? How do I know he doesn't have an agenda? We're all trying to accomplish the same task. Why am I the one with the agenda?
So then let's go get the other 2 seals to come back.
I just,
It's time to turn back.
Yeah.
all I wanted to know was if we could get in there.
Door's
without
locked.
seals. Just like.
I mean,
you.
maybe check.
Fair. Andre, your ghost didn't see me.
You're the Lord, maybe you
I
should
have
not.
no idea because my ghost left before I could finish my instructions.
That's not true. I let you finish your instructions.
So it's like he tried to touch it and it said no.
They don't know.
Before we leave, though, since the red veins are on the town too, right?
No, they are spreading out around the outside of it.
Okay, they're nearby.
Here, but yes,
Yeah,
they have
okay.
not touched the.
I want to do a
The
detect
tower
blood on
looks to be
those.
utterly pristine.
Okay, I want to do a detect blood on the veins.
Okay.
Fuck you. Dude, you got a 19.
Right, where the fuck was that when
Bro,
I needed the 20 plus?
I got a 6 and my plan will take an hour to grow. I don't want to fucking do it.
To be fair, that is at a massively accelerated rate.
That's, I don't care about that right now.
Right.
Sarah's having a rough time. Roses burned down.
Y'all need to back up off me.
So detect blood.
Yeah, so you're detecting if there's blood in the big pulsing veins. It is not human blood, it is not vampire blood, it is not infernal blood. It's nothing, it is blood, but it's not a blood of a species you have encountered before.
Cool, glad you did my analysis blood for me. Do I recognize if it needs to be cleansed?
It does not seem to be impure in any certain way. Like what specifically are
I don't know.
you, would you be wanting?
Would cleansing it make it go away? Would it make the veins recede? Just curious how much I can interact with these things. Thus far, they haven't presented any issues, but you know, if I
It
can
would
analyze
not-
it to determine what it is, if it's part of a greater creature or something like that. How much homework did you do? At the very least, I feel like I should be able to now drink from.
Ew, you just go and like. Okay.
Unknown
Not if I
blood.
just get a wound or want to. But what I was gonna, since we're kind of taking a quick pause here anyway, what I was gonna say in regard to having the blood vial in the jar, a lot of times when a vampire gets a bite or drinks blood, they get some semblance of memory or something like that.
That's
as well.
psychometry. Yeah, he was psychometry. Yes.
So yeah, I'd be able to determine more then. So yeah,
If you cleanse
let me
the
know
blood,
what I'm doing.
if you cleanse the blood,
Okay,
it will not cause them to go away.
okay. I'm
They
good.
are not, they do not seem to be some sort of like invading, invasive thing where purifying them would make them uninvasive.
Okay, so can I roll for hemopsychometry
Yes.
and find out what's going on?
Yeah, so
See
you,
if I can
so
find out
you
any
lean
kind of
in and
history
find into
about
one
it.
of the veins.
Yeah.
Okay, did you find out if the blood is poisonous?
So we're totally
just
just
go
trying to
for it.
invite the
He said
weird
it's
that you want to make
unrecognizable and it's not.
I don't give a fuck if you bite that.
That doesn't mean it's compatible, otherwise you
We
can.
wanted to make sure we're on priority.
My character questions everything. So he's like, Now, what the hell are you doing?
I'm gonna trust that the blood guy knows about the blood.
In the realm that we've never been before.
If he trusts himself enough to bite it, he trusts himself enough to bite it, and he can lay in that coffin when time comes.
Only got a
Wise
9 out of
words.
14.
Okay, so you bite into it, and you taste this kind of bitter blood flavor. It tastes kind of like if you were like to bite into some sort of like
A root vegetable.
something where it's like where it's like normally it's good if you cut it and prepare it in a certain way, but when you just
Yeah.
bite into the raw thing, and,
Right.
I was trying to
Take
think
a
of an
radish out of the
example,
ground.
like
and
a
just chop it
pineapple
up.
or something, but
Like
yeah, like a radish is a great
Radish.
one. Yeah, it's just like you go in, and so it tastes like this bitter kind of flavor, and you can sense that it is a much larger network than you initially expected, and that largeness is you're not really able to pierce past it because it's like much bigger in your mind than you were expecting based on your roll.
Okay.
But it is just as fulfilling as like blood.
It's just not tasty.
It's not pizza.
How was it?
It's a
It's bitter and it belongs to something much larger than we can see, but as you can see, it's sprawling all over the town, so no surprise there.
So now are we,
So now we turn from the tower. I'm gonna start making my way
Yep.
away from the tower unless somebody stops me.
Okay, so as everyone turns around, I want to like go up to the tower and like put my hand on the door, or maybe like knock on the door,
Mhm.
because I have a feeling that
You step up to the door, which is a very, very shiny black surface, and you can see your reflection in it as you step up. And your reflection is not reflecting exactly what you are doing. It instead tilts its head and looks at you curiously, and then it steps toward you at a slightly off step to you stepping toward it, and it puts its hands up and it says, "Yes, touch me."
oh god.
And its hand is like this now. You can put your hand.
don't,
It's okay. No one else is seeing the reflection.
Okay,
Okay.
I like look around really quickly, and then I'm like, and I just do it really quick.
just the tip, just to see how it feels.
Just,
No, it's never just the
I
tip.
know.
Roll a willpower check.
Crit fail.
17.
Cool, that's not bad. Yeah.
You feel
Do we need to fade that real quick?
the other trying to take control. You also hear and feel your heart starting to race, to beat really, really, really fast. To everyone else, you see that the tower has started flickering that red, and her hand is smoking on the door, but she's still pressing it against it, and she seems to almost be unable to pull away from it. The fingers interlock with yours and hold on, and they
Is it like
begin to
burning into
pull
my hand?
you into the door.
Oh my
What would you like to do?
No, stop, no.
You just see her putting her hand on the thing and letting it. It's like she's putting it on a stove top.
But we don't see it pulling her in.
Nope.
Maybe it doesn't hurt her.
Yeah, she definitely isn't showing any outward sign of pain.
Maybe she's communing with the tower.
I mean,
That's kind of what I was thinking.
there's a sizzling sound as her skin.
I just wish more people would tell us what's going
Is
on.
this person
Anybody want some bacon?
like considered
Tapestry.
like an animal or like a beast or like a humanoid? Like what is it?
Because me and hamsters, we like to eat a little bit of cookie.
Like I just wonder if I have any ability
If you
to
really
like
want
what
bacon.
if my abilities will do anything. It's more of like
You really do. Feel like God, you're happy. Compared to him, it's the same size.
I sent you a message.
hey,
So you're being pulled in from this reflection,
okay.
and as she pulls harder, her eyes go fully black, and you can see like black, like blood, like ichor, like coming down from the corners of her eyes, like black tears.
I recognize this person.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just
I
gonna.
mean, it's your reflection,
Yeah.
but also you.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I mean, I recognize this.
You know what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna close my eyes and just like succumb, commune, whatever.
Meanwhile, we're just like,
Yep. Pretty much.
It's a nice tower.
I just,
Look what they've done to this place.
I just get feel right now. It's worse.
Technically not.
Like,
Oh,
I
the
don't, I don't
sun's
know.
gone out?
I don't know anything enough about your thumb. I don't know if maybe you like feel something when it starts to get lighter. Okay. It's good to know.
Did I throw you?
Yeah.
He's wondering how dead.
I told him I have backups.
That was me. She's out the window.
So
She's gone.
Just like that.
So you can raise your flowers and have fun with them and keep some of it on yourself.
Yeah.
If like, could you just have like Radica come back all the time?
It sure seems.
It depends on the person, how powerful their spirit was and how willing they are. Someone like her, she was powerful enough that if she really, really fought it, it would be difficult and I would only be able to keep her around for a time.
So it sounds like you're saying flesh is willing. Spirit's broken.
It sounds like the ideal partner.
When's the last time you had a lady of the night? Not that lady of the night, but. Or is this just something that you kind of seek after as much as possible?
No, I just see an opportunity and take it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time's passed here, but it was probably not too long before I left.
Can't fault you for being an opportunist.
There's a lot more opportunities back on the other side of Broomgate. You probably wouldn't like it. There's lots of
I
dangers
was
and
gonna
chances
say,
of
I
death.
believe you, but I'm gonna trust you. I'm sure for you all, it's a good time.
Certainly a time.
Y'all wanna play a game? Got a great idea.
What, are we gambling?
No, just, I'll conjure up some kind of food or drink or something. You guys guess what it is before I conjure. I'll just make it disappear right afterward while we're waiting. What do y'all think? He's a little busy.
Soup.
So you think it's soup?
I'm gonna give you a conjure some soup.
Gotta guess. Let's see what's on your mind. I don't know. Loris, you want in on this?
He doesn't think you're gonna conjure anything.
Well, a rabbit pops up. Dead. Dead old rabbit.
Okay.
Wow.
But I mean, if you want soup. Turns
Oh,
into rabbit
no.
soup.
No, I
All
really
right.
like soup.
So your hand is up against there. Your reflection's grabbing you and pulling you in. What would you like to do?
Epic moment for your character.
I know. I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do. Okay.
I mean, you already got the title betrayer. So.
Dude, I know I'm fucking up.
No, you're not.
I'm just gonna let it take me, see what happens.
She closes her eyes and then goes and snatches her hand back and shakes her. You drift through the tower and you see one of your you see an eidolon in energy, kind of like the sun. You can see it kind of filtering through the floors above, especially in your current state, and you can drift up to it if you would like.
So I'm like not in my body anymore.
Correct.
The body's still at the door.
The body's still at the door, looking at you guys with wide eyes.
Like confused as fuck, or like
The body is, yes.
hello.
And so you soar up toward
Okay.
the top of the tower. And as you do, you see that this tower is a little bit complicated. There's been a lot of traps and things to make it difficult for a person to make it through the tower, including sentries that are gargoyles, but they completely do not respond to you, except for two of them as you pass bow their heads slightly. And you rise up to the top floor, which is done in the style of a dormitory. So there's a bed and and like a place for this person to rest, but there's no any sort of like food or kitchen, or like it's an immortal being that doesn't require those things. So it's more like a bedroom. And a woman is sitting on the bed, and she watches you rise up through her floor.
Hey.
Meanwhile,
She's has hair that goes like all the way down to like her feet and spreads out across her bedspread. She's also slightly transparent, like yourself, and she's got kind of this maternal kind of look to her.
This is not the same being in the reflection.
No, but it is the same being who reached out to you when you were listening to it.
Okay.
And actually, you're going to have to slightly remind me. She did not get her name, correct?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Visually, I'm thinking Dr. Manhattan. Yeah.
What?
I said visually, I'm thinking Dr. Manhattan. Like just in
Is that
terms
the
of skin
native blue
tone,
guy?
so yeah. In terms of
No,
She's
that's not how I'm
translucent.
thinking. I'm thinking.
Like Kita in Atlantis when she's like floating.
More that,
like,
yeah,
takes over there.
yeah.
Fuck,
It's pretty beautiful.
It is a good one.
so good.
Like I just threw in something like this. I literally just googled pretty spirit woman.
Pretty spirit
So
woman.
like something more like that.
okay, got it. Okay.
Very-
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
woman in white kind of feel. And
Well, yeah,
she
physical description I got.
and she but she's translucent, so you can see through her.
Okay, got it.
And she rises at the same time and says, Liana Maya, so good to see you. And you recognize her as the binder of thresholds. One of you, of course. The woman kind of backs up again. She backs up again and bumps into the door and immediately as it flares a red color.
Hold on, are we back outside now?
Yeah, we're back
this is
outside.
the body that's.
Are you ready to go?
Yes. Yes, lead the way.
Let's go.
She takes 6 steps forward.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, so spirit went up,
Well, you just saw her touch the thing,
Yeah.
and then
we
you
saw
snatched her
that.
hand back,
I think, okay.
and then she turned around and kind of looked at you,
Full
a
stop.
little surprised, and then she backed up, hit the thing, went,
Okay, so
and then
that all
you
happened
said ready to,
quickly.
and then says
Okay,
ready to go.
okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty
Is there a
much
change
normal
in the voice or
Sarah.
anything? It just,
Do we notice that she definitely isn't acting like herself?
She's acting quite. But you can also tell passively that she's not like possessed.
Yeah.
It's not by some sort of spirit. Shall we?
Seraphine, what just happened?
Yeah.
Well, my hand is blistered from touching. Got a couple blitzies. The tower. We should probably leave it alone.
Why?
Well, because it hurts you upon contact.
So what were you trying to accomplish here again?
I was just trying to get in.
Hey, y'all, just a general rule, while we're in here is this Neverworld that I know quite a bit about. You guys know hardly anything.
Yes.
Please at least tell me what's going on.
Yes.
It would help a lot.
How do we leave
I would leave what?
this place?
The Neverworld?
Yes.
You don't remember.
Yeah.
Looks over at Sorius. No, I told us something. You guys all heard, but that spirit was rocking, right?
The seals.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Seraphine, you sure you're okay? Did what happened back in the town throw you off?
Not the town. Touching the tower, it seemed to send some sort of jolt into my mind.
So you're okay with us burning the flowers in the town?
It wasn't in the town, it was in the cave.
Little Miss Spirit isn't the fuck here. Leave us alone.
That doesn't stop you from talking to her. We're talking to her in the cave the whole time.
No, of course not. They deserve better.
I thought so too.
Are we going to leave now? I think it best we leave. Get far from here as quickly as possible. This
Probably.
tower is painful.
Oh, hey, it's time to pick up the kids from school.
In your ice cream truck?
Why is the
That's definitely like a ice cream truck.
Right?
She sweeps
Nice.
past and begins to go down the steps.
Hold on. What do you remember? You said you got a little jolt.
Yes, just from the tower. I don't. Are we going?
Someone seems off, but if you guys are good, we can go.
I may want to take a 5-minute break because I'm really trying to decide how I want to play this out.
Yeah, sure.
And I might kill your body. That might be what's going on, and I need to decide if I really, because at this point, I'm pretty sure Bella's are like, no,
That's my body now.
yeah, yeah. So give me a sec.
I'll wait. Meanwhile, up at the top of the tower,
Okay.
I expected you to come in your legs, my dear.
I left them downstairs.
Yes. Hopefully they'll still be there when you return. Obviously, this is not a place that we can get out of in our current state. Otherwise, I would have already.
I'm before when she starts like talking,
Yes.
I'm like immediately gonna just like on the floor because I'm assuming she's higher up than me or something.
She's more of a peer that you really respect.
Oh, okay.
So you can still be very like gracious.
Okay, yeah.
You know, but I don't know that you could choose to act that way around her, no problem. But she is not.
Okay, I assume she was like
She's more of like a very
a one of yeah. Okay, you
yes,
said that.
very
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah, she is one of you.
Okay. How did you get here?
This is where we all are, my dear. I simply opened and closed the door more often than
I
the
know.
others of our kind.
So did you send the wolf?
No, I did not. Is that how you got here?
Yes. I heard rustling in the bushes, went to go befriend the beast, and it howled, and we ended up here.
I see. And so it was the wolf's howl that made you cross the plain.
Correct.
That's what I feared. They've begun doing experiments in the mortal plane, and we can't have things vanished here. It will encroach upon us. This town, for example, it is draining my power here. I can no longer open and close doors until the seals on my tower are broken. Do you recognize the design of this tower? You do.
Yes.
It is from your
Hometown.
yes.
Yes.
And she says, you see, all of our home is here.
No, I don't. Wait, do I see that? I don't think I see that, right? There's nothing.
Because the town displaced it. Yeah.
Wait, hold on, out of character. Wait, so you're saying that the thing was there and then Inuruk like fucking landed on top of it?
Yes. That is precisely what I am saying. And that is why this danger cannot last. You must get back to the mortal plane and end it. Moreover, I fear that it is the work of Andromeda.
Sorry, notes.
Yep.
Do you know what's causing these things to go from the mortal plane to this plane? What's sending things here? Do you, like, or I guess is it just?
I thought I knew. The humans were working on an artifact of one of them. I don't remember what they're called. And I thought that it was what was at work. But this is something else entirely. This is infernal magic. That's what I'm saying. I felt the presence of Andromeda. I know what that means to you.
Sorry, I'm trying to like understand this. So the
Any location in particular?
Sorry, I'm trying to think of like the questions I want to ask and then in role play form.
Cool, good to know. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Where do I begin looking for this? For Andromeda.
Andromeda. But you remember he's on your ship.
Like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Where
Right, on
is that
the-
transferred anywhere, or is that just something?
Your Discord.
Oh, yeah.
starting secrets.
Yes, okay.
It's okay. It's no. Where can you find him? I don't know. He's not on this plane. I believe he's on the mortal one, but there's a chance that he's still in the abyss.
Okay.
With you sworn to the Vengeance Pact, I can probably send you back if you are ready to go and are ready to abandon the pair of legs you left down below.
Not a problem. Thank you.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that yet. I think I can get you the seals that you need to free you.
It would be excellent.
If you send me back to my body, myself and a group that I'm with could probably get the seals to open.
Do you trust these companions?
No, but they'll help me get them because they want the same thing.
I see. Well, common enemy makes friends of all of us, I suppose.
Indeed.
Yes, I mean, I'm hardly going to turn down the offer to bring the seals to my tower. I haven't been imprisoned for very long, but I've missed it already. Freedom.
Freedom here.
Yes. I'm pretty much. I've given up traversing to the mortal plane for the time. My last few hosts were disagreeable. And there are so many of us sworn to the pact. I hope you do not think less of me.
No, not at all. I understand. Not everyone's avatars are agreeable.
You've had yours for quite some time. For longer than most. You haven't had any disruptions?
No, we get along quite well.
It's rare to find one with an aligned affinity. You're lucky. Or perhaps you've always been blessed in that way. You tend to get along with your peers.
Do you have any advice on the best way to procure these seals? Or are you not sure where they are?
I
we know
know
where they are.
exactly where they are. The first is held by your Archon in the town. You should do your best to win them from him alone, as he is strongest when surrounded by his people. If you can do so through diplomacy, then, well, he's far more agreeable than Nekis, the Lich of the Sepulchre. But most likely you'll still have to kill him. He's a very possessive man. But then again, you are quite persuasive yourself. If you can get his seal and save the last that is in the hands of Nekis, in the sepulchre beneath the graveyard, this will come to a straight fight. He doesn't even possess the will to want the seal. He simply guards it. And he has taken it to the heart of the catacombs beneath the graveyard. In terms of advice, yes. You should know that the longer you stay here, the more the spirits learn of you, and in turn, how to drag you permanently into this realm. Specifically, they will become more adept at fighting you and your comrades.
Does that include if we're under his protection spell?
What?
Sorry. A human man in my party is a bone caster and is able to cast these little protective bubbles. Will that protect against?
Bonecaster, that's what those artifacts are called. Yes, yes. A bonecaster would be quite an ally in the Neverworld. I dare say that you'd have a greater chance of success with one. However, you should know that they are quite beholden to their masters. We have a lot of communion with bonecasters of New Haven. Is this? No, never mind.
Can I persuade her to say that? Whatever she was gonna say.
You can roll charisma and ask her your question first.
No, what is it? You can tell me. Right, charisma, 15?
I simply wondered if he was being watched by one of the 101. I would imagine that the most powerful bonecasters are, or those with the most potential,
Well, I'm keeping an eye on them, that's for sure.
You ever filled with wisdom?
I was gonna ask something, hold on.
Don't worry, I am
Time
not
is some of your busy
going
days.
anywhere.
It's true, okay. Can I continue to send you messages through the wind?
I am unable to hear more than traces of it from up here in the tower. It would be best if you were to visit me either in person or as you are now,
Okay.
especially if your host is compliant.
Okay, I think I have all I need for now. Probably.
Thank you for getting the seals for me.
I will do my
You're
best.
certain you don't wish me to send you back now?
I'm certain.
Well, Blade Keeper, I wish you the best. And then she arranges herself on her little bed. And down below, roll attack.
24.
Okay. You send a spirit to specifically a personal ghost to haunt Seraphine, and she kind of winces and then repels it and says, "What's the meaning of this?" Sort of toward the group.
And then I do it again.
You can't. The ghost failed.
Just
You
okay.
have understood that you will not be able to do
Okay.
it. So you can, but it will just be the same thing.
Okay.
Stop it.
What was that about?
She's
You ain't
not
noticed nothing
who
strange
we
about her.
think she is. And then I summon a thrall.
Okay.
And then I turn it into a revenant. And then I try and poke her with the revenant.
So as it starts to climb out of the ground, she says, "What is the meaning of this?"
I mean, to be honest, this is about as accurate as she's been acting.
if you don't respond, then she turns and bolts. What is your speed?
My speed is 3.
Go your legs.
Okay, so you will not be able to catch her. She's faster than you frog.
Okay.
She begins to dart down the road.
Wait, hold on.
To be fair, those are Clara, and it began crawling toward her, and
Yeah.
she was like,
Yeah.
"What's the meaning of this?" Nobody answered. She bolted.
Yeah. No. So you're gonna go after her and apologize.
That's not her.
Sorry, I know nothing.
I was hoping you would know.
Even if it's not her, it's still you.
You do?
There's obviously something going on where this is not Seraphine. Which means the other Seraphine we know is somewhere.
I want to know why you guys think that it's not Seraphine. Seraphine.
Yeah, right. That's why I just said.
Yeah.
you-
What?
Because I asked about the burning the flowers in the town, and she totally went with we burned the flowers in the town and they deserved it, and we did nothing of the sort.
That
And
was
she wasn't okay with burning flowers to begin with.
And it wasn't in time.
Well, she said it wasn't okay. She answered correctly. She just didn't correct you that it was the case.
Okay.
She did answer correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard that incorrectly as well, but either way, I got that she went along with it was the town.
Yeah.
So she didn't have.
Okay. I answered the question as she would answer correctly.
Okay.
Like, she didn't correct you, but that wasn't really the thing that you were asking. You were in the town, right? Like, you didn't ask that, and so she didn't. She just said, no, it was not okay to burn the flowers, which was true. She didn't think that. So I don't think she's done anything to tip you off that strongly.
Okay.
But if you guys feel otherwise,
We-
that's
we-
fine.
That's what I was
based off of
going
that,
for
Yeah.
with
Because
that.
she definitely answered your question correctly.
Because when he asked that, and she was like, no, it's Kate. He was like, no, hold on.
But she didn't correct the town.
Yeah.
In like,
That was
in
me,
like
Alex.
a day or two that I've known her, she's every hour she's kind of like right? Just to like, oh, here's all this crap. What? It's just like,
Yeah, I definitely don't think she's acting as suspicious as you guys believe, but that's okay.
you
guys
also know her
feel
more,
different, yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know more of the world,
Yes.
and so you know
The
things
most
that
different
could
thing now
happen.
is bolting away from this, but even that doesn't seem super out of character.
Because she already tried to sneak, because she tried to
She
sneak up
came
to
up
the
here a
tower.
lot, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of shady, I guess.
Yeah.
Little bit.
That's fine, thank you.
I'm on my own agenda, okay?
So I want to see if I can send out a ghost to go track her down and ask her to come back. So we can talk about it.
Wait, I have a
Roll
question.
an activity.
Not her.
Yeah.
No, I know, I just have a question.
Go ahead.
Like as Alex has a question. I asked to be sent back to my body, right? And so I know this is all like meanwhile.
This is all meanwhile.
So at some point, I'm gonna end up back in my body at a very inopportune time, I'm assuming.
She also can't send you. You have to.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
She can send you across the day. What do I roll?
Okay, it's correct. 8, 5, 13. Oh. 11.
Okay, so you send off a spirit, and after it appears, and the black wind kind of distracts it, and it chases off after it. Squirrel.
As expected.
Oh, thank goodness we got to use the guy.
And since like I said, it's all closed off and you can't see after that, she has disappeared from you.
Wait, oh, shit.
Should we go to the town?
I mean,
Like,
that's where we said we were going, so I'm hoping
No,
she
we need
got
to
it
find
off
out
that
what's
way.
going on with the witch. 'Cause it's not her.
Yeah, I understand that, but where is she?
So we follow her down the, she's faster than us, but not
Well, at
astronomically.
least she's faster than you. You seem to move pretty fast when you want to.
You must be, agility is 4.
Uh,
Oh, speed is 3.
but it's okay. You could probably catch her if you need to.
Want to see if we can get her?
So I start following the witch's trail.
Okay.
Ugh.
Wait, as fast as you're
The Pikachu.
It's small.
Yeah,
Your
like,
hands
so
are.
I got
Yeah.
it. What's your speed?
So I was specifically going for, did she think it was the town or the cave? To me, it was, she said the town, not the cave. So my guy's going after her.
And I'm assuming since I'm a little faster.
You heard me questioning her about where we burned the flowers, right? And the not knowing or such a nonchalant response to such a visceral response earlier, that's
Yeah.
not her.
Right.
Something's going on. We
Just
need to,
surprised you went full on thrall summon right out of the gate.
I
Jesus.
didn't. I tried to send in a ghost to hold her in place.
Maybe
She
she's just,
brushed off
maybe
the
she's just a little traumatized from seeing all the pretty flowers burn.
Either way, we at least need to get her back.
Yep.
So let me go chase
She
her
was pretty
down.
As we're running, I just kind of scoop you up and put you on my shoulders. So I'm a little bit faster.
So what do I need to roll to track her down?
Strength check to catch up to her.
boom,
Strength and
tackling.
athletics.
Yeah.
15? Wait.
Yeah.
15 plus 4 is 18.
Okay. So you pelt down the path. And when you come around the corner, you don't see her.
I imagine they catch up within a few
Eventually.
steps, right?
Did you find it?
Roll awareness to
Hold
try
on,
and
let me
see which
detect
path.
Sure. You can
Or-
detect blood. Detect blood. Go ahead.
23.
14. Mine goes on.
Detecting spirits.
That's what I let you do. I'm not gonna kill myself to find the witch.
19.
Yeah.
Nope,
She
17.
knows what she's doing.
The spirits report that there's nothing in the area. They have not seen a witch. You don't see anything, Belazar, as you're looking around. You begin to scan the horizon in like a panorama, like scanning this area. And at first you don't immediately see anything, but then the faintest little glow catches your eye about 20 feet away, out in the yard area, and it's like very, very faint, almost like ghostly, and you can see it's almost like the person's just standing in the middle of the field. But you
There.
cannot
I
see
pointed
any.
out to them.
You can't see anything but the blood. Very faint.
Oh, fair. Okay. Can I shift that way? Move that way?
Yeah.
Okay. So I pointed out to them.
Okay.
Follow behind you.
It begins to slowly move back in the way.
Let's fade that.
I mean, it's at 10.
Oh,
for
okay.
me, so even
Okay.
though it's a 2, it's not
Okay.
terrible.
2.
Yeah.
No,
Well, it's a
to do
10.
what?
It's 10 overall.
Yeah, to do what?
To move that direction, it was a strength roll.
What are you trying to do? You're just trying to catch up to it?
I guess.
Well, I just because you don't need to roll strength to move. So I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to
Got it.
do.
Yeah, no, I was just moving over to hit
Okay. So,
after pointing it out to
so
them.
she begins to back away, or it begins to back away. And
About how far?
well, it's moving, it's trying to move at about the same pace as you guys, if you are running headlong toward it. And you can feel the grass sort of tugging at your feet, trying to keep you back.
Does that stop me from catching up to it?
Doesn't sound like it's doing anything impeding yet.
Yeah, right.
So it also
Okay.
doesn't seem like it wants us around no more, but we need
Right.
to get whatever. it-
Are you planning on killing me? Says a voice from all kind of directions around you.
Nope.
We ain't trying to kill you.
Belzar's just an idiot.
No, we're just trying to find a friend. What'd you do with her?
I don't know what you mean. Clearly, our friendship is not as strong as I thought it was.
You're right, because you're different than what our friend really is.
Where's Seraphine?
I don't know. I'm right here.
So now that we're close enough,
Hmm?
I detect the spirit. To see, I want to see if it's different than what I've noticed with Seraphine.
And what are you doing to find that out?
Ectomancy.
No, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you trying to perceive?
I'm trying to see if I can like tell it your spirit is different, you know, be able to like kind of persuade
Its
it.
spirit isn't different.
Okay.
It is ectomantically, it is Seraphine.
Okay.
You are 100% certain it is the same spirit
Okay.
inside her.
That's what I want to know.
Can I use my mysticism to see if her natural magic energies have changed?
Sure.
$25.
She seems to possess a similar magic mystical signature. She clearly has some form of magic if she is currently invisible.
Okay. Feels the same as it did before?
Yeah, within a reasonable thing, because you don't have the same powers as her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yes, it appears that it has that she has the same signature.
Okay. And as powerful?
It's hard to tell because you don't see a display.
Yeah.
Look, all we said was, you know, Belzar knows you a little bit and said, hey, the flowers, the town. You were like, yeah, but it was actually in a cave. That's why we didn't know if it
Yes,
was.
I know. We killed Radika together.
All right, all right.
I didn't realize you were testing me to the point of killing me if I got it wrong.
Not quite.
No, just holding you in place.
You attempted to possess my mind with a thrall.
Look, he's real sorry about that. Come on back with us. Let's figure this thing out.
There's kind of a shimmering, and she appears in the field. Wary.
We need to get back to the tower.
But I wouldn't,
Why not?
because we need to get the other seals.
Yeah, we do, but I think I dropped something back there if you don't mind coming with us.
No, I mind. I'll wait here with the infernal. The only person I can trust, evidently.
I did nothing.
Didn't you point out where I was hiding? To the
My
people who
bad.
tried to kill me.
My bad. Jesus.
Back home, we call that an accomplice.
Really trying to find you again.
Belly up. Will you stay with me? While he picks up his.
I mean, I doubt they'll leave, but
Item.
yeah, I'll stay with you.
So Philly, maybe we should go back to the tower really quick.
I don't think she wants to go back to the tower.
I think we need to go back to the tower really quick. I saw a shiny gun over there.
I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to pick anything up from the Nevermore.
It's on their world. Don't you worry about it. I got you covered.
I mean, she touches the door and you all want to kill her. I'd rather not touch a gun that's meant for killing. But thank you.
Sure.
I'm not going to force her to go to the tower. You're going to have to do it yourself. Obviously, Elisar is willing to do that.
Picks a thin blade of grass and begins twirling in her fingers.
This is kind of what we're talking about. Wouldn't Seraphine not do that?
Blade of grass?
Because she loves all plants, wants to see them live forever.
I mean, she has a bunch of dead ones in her bag.
He also did eat that one rose petal.
Delicate balance.
I don't think you understand.
Don't like the one.
If you want to get involved, then please do something.
Beyond me, I guess.
I say we continue on to the second seal in town.
Oh, but first, shouldn't Henri go get his item that he left behind?
Whatever he's forgotten.
It's fine. When we come back to the tower, I'll get it.
Are you sure? You can go now if you need to.
Yes, I'd hate to find out later that you were lying about the item.
Fine, I'll be
You're better at being me than me.
You should probably take a buddy.
right. Scoop him. Put him on my shoulder. Walk on over to the tower.
This is a good group.
As soon as I do my rock next to her.
Well, that was interesting.
As we're at the tower, I know you and I saw. I don't know.
It's all right, we'll just keep an eye out.
Grass.
Pass on.
Grass. Oh, good one for me. And we start walking back. Can you give me a assistance check, please?
15.
So now
Okay. So
he's sitting. These two are sitting next to you, and these two are coming, approaching.
okay.
And
You're eating grass.
yes.
All is well.
All of them. Okay.
I win. Your call.
Right.
This is probably the longest we've stayed in one place.
Fresh.
Fresh. Attacked.
Very fresh grass.
This is a good deal.
Sorry, I'm thinking. I'm sorry, I need so much time to like think before I do anything.
It's all right. You're good.
Not exactly chopping this phone. I've got planned.
Keep thinking, I'm gonna use restroom.
Okay.
It's a clean look at it.
Shaving your human pieces.
Why is this so hard? I'm trying, I can't
Because
decide.
more work involved, the rest of us sitting here, so.
I know, but I can't decide what would make it for like.
What the fuck did you get us out of this little hole?
No.
This is terrible. Whatever the fuck is going on here needs to stop.
Okay,
immediately. Just move the fuck off of that.
Okay. I know I keep getting sucked into the, like, I'm just like staring at them. And
So
the
real quick,
jellyfish.
as you reclaim, you hear, no. I was so close.
I gotta like
She
come back
hears
to
or
my
we
body.
hear? Just her.
She does. In fact.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
Maybe your legs aren't so willing.
Might grab me a Dr. Pepper one.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Can you grab me a Dr. Pepper while you're over there? Yeah. Thank you, man.
Okay, okay, so are they gonna be aware? Like, or should they like roll for noticing me coming back into my body? Or like,
No, it's on you to tell us, because if not, we all assume you're possessed and we're gonna do shit
I
until you tell us.
Definitely hope you're
Yeah.
just as smart at identifying that it's her again,
yeah, like
because you are very, very perceptive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you know that.
Well, it says,
Yeah, he literally knows she's not possessed. Yes, I said that.
yeah.
You know,
You know that, yeah,
that her-
you realize she's acting different, but you
Yeah.
look spiritually.
Yes.
and
you
you
she's
know
not
for
possessed
certain
by
she was
spirit.
not possessed.
Yeah.
But
He never knew beforehand that she potentially had been.
No, that's what I mean. At this
He doesn't have a
point, we
record.
were suspicious. We did our checks and we weren't there when she came back. So until she does something to let us know, hey, sorry, maybe yours is going on. I'm suspicious.
Well, I mean, not only that, we never knew or had a suspicion that there was a possession beforehand. So all of a sudden doing a check and seeing, nope, there isn't one. It checks out. There's no red flags to us.
all right. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to like come back into my body, and it's gonna be more kind of like a like almost like I'll still get like pushed forward kind of.
All right.
And then I'll kind of just like blink for a second and then sit up and be like,
we're still on.
so are they, can they see me or only these two? Okay, and then I'm gonna be like, I have information on the seals. Randomly, just like that. Because they don't, like, I know,
Like it after the gasping forward. Yeah.
yeah, so
Like what did you learn from the door?
through the door. Excuse me. The door told me. The door said that the only way we can escape this plane is to get all of the seals, and that the way to get the seal from there's a man in the town, and he has control of the seal. but he's very strong in a group, so we have to isolate him. And maybe persuade or try to bribe him in some way versus trying to fight him. Whereas the graveyard fight is the fight.
Like 5 minutes.
That's very good
Trying to figure out
information.
what we-
Yeah.
The door told you this?
Yep,
I imagine if, like, you can listen to the wind, talk to doors.
yeah, that's what doors are made of wood.
Can you
Those
talk
are
to
trees.
Deadwood?
Yep. Apparently.
They did.
I was hoping you wasn't gonna catch me on. Like technically, I was hoping you are.
Yeah, it was Blackwood, that's how dead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you to clarify what the door was made of as well until you said it was reflective and shiny. Which means it's not fucking wood.
She's just taking my lead, hoping for it out. I don't know.
I'm gonna ask you that again. The door.
I am going to use my glamour, but I'm gonna use it for an intimidation check. And I'm gonna get real gross, and I'm gonna be like basically, I'm gonna like hiss at him like angrily, and when I say it, like my eyes are gonna go just totally glare of black, and like my jaw, like my mouth kind of opens like wider, and my teeth are and like it's kind of like
Have you guys seen Witches with Aunt Anne Hathaway? And the creepiest. So they have these cuts here like a snake. And so
Yeah.
that when they talk it's normal, but then when they're like really angry, they go and it opens all the way up to here. And it's so creepy.
Yeah.
Very Melina.
yes, like that. That's her. We'll do something like that.
I'm thinking of a mix between all of them.
Well, yeah, when she first started talking, I was thinking it was like Bilbo and he goes.
Yeah. Or like
That's
that's
Scariest part about it.
I know that jump scare. Holy fuck, bro.
Say everything's fine. It's like,
And then Bilbo would fucking psycho.
Okay, and what do you say or do you just say?
No, and then I say, yes, the door told me. And I kind of wipe my mouth.
Time when you come
And then that-
down the corner
A charisma.
and we see her going, yes, the door told me.
Yep. And then she looks back, she's just as normal.
We're like, the hell's going on?
Everything back.
Hi.
So where'd you go?
I was able to con into the tower, and they told me some information.
Okay, but first, when you left, who took over your body?
What you?
I don't know. I was busy being
communing with
with the tower. I don't know what my body was up to. Actually, that's lying. That's lying. No, wait, let me back that up. Okay. I don't know, or do I know who's in charge of that? I guess I would know, but I'm going to say that I don't know. Okay. I don't know who's piloting my body, but I have all my memories, and I know you tried to kill me.
Hold you in place with a ghost so you wouldn't go anywhere because it wasn't you, correct?
I do appreciate the perception that you noticed that I was no longer me. But it's me again.
Just you hear in your mind.
What was that, like a honk?
A laugh.
Stop.
Oh, I thought it was like a honk.
It's funny having it goes now.
Oh, great. Am I just like in room night where now I can
Yeah.
hear her?
Yeah.
Great.
This is pretty normal for you for about a day after.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you're okay now and you have information from communing with the tower?
Yes.
It was with the door.
What? No.
The doors spoke to her.
Oh, did it?
Just like the wind did earlier.
I'm sticking with commuting with the tower. That's way better.
Yeah.
I can't keep going with this door.
It's fine. The community.
What in the tower told you this? Was it the Eidolon?
What do we actually know about that?
Because we were all there when we were told there was an Eidolon.
Oh, we were there for that.
We all heard that.
That's right.
Yeah. And is that why you've been so leery of heading to the tower? You seem conflicted. At times you don't want to go near it, but at times you want nothing more than to be in the tower.
Maybe you're just psycho.
Maybe you can shut up. Quietly, and they're all like, fuck. I don't know how to like answer this question.
However you want to. There's no right or wrong answer with this one. However guarded versus not you want to be. You can be super secret versus not. Like whatever you want. This is all you. At this point, you've let us know that you weren't yourself and you're now back. So now it's okay, well, there was some shit going down, but you're okay now and you got information. So it's now you add the flavor. How much do we know versus not?
I don't
Let's
think
see what
any
you
of
want.
us are super shocked that we can commune with power.
Okay.
Magic.
I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
so
Right.
far it's
She
only
said I
been
talked to the
6
door. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with that?
Why don't you tell them what you told us about what the tower told you,
Okay.
who we're gonna meet, and
Yeah.
how we need to
So-
approach them.
I don't remember his name because I didn't really quite catch it when you said it. But there's a man in town who has the seal, and he is
And he's a man?
he's a man.
Okay, not a man.
I'm pretty sure he's a man.
You said human.
Yeah, I have man written down, so I wrote.
Not use the word human.
But you did say
I
man.
did say that.
You said possessive man.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's stronger in a group.
The lich is okay.
Yeah, and so it would probably be best if we can isolate him and maybe not fight him. Maybe we can
Okay.
outsmart him in some way.
You're talking about this Ericon here.
Is he the man? Oh, okay. What? I thought he was like a demon thing. Oh, he is a demon. Okay, whatever. Yes, I was wondering about. Sorry, I didn't know it was the same person. I thought it was like an overarching person.
Yeah, my character has no idea what it is this lives here.
Okay, yeah, that person has the seal, and we should probably try to lure it out in a way versus try to fight our way through it.
Yeah, like it down.
Yep. Oh wait, I can't hear you.
Yep.
Nothing. I didn't hiccup. Yep. And then
Maybe you should drink some blood to get
he's the vampire. And then with the graveyard, the seal is underneath the graveyard, and that will be quite a fight.
Okay,
So we should come prepared.
and the Eidolon told you this.
I told you, the tower told me this.
It was the door.
Could you detect what the power in the tower was?
I imagine it is coming from the Eidolons, yes.
And could you tell any hostile intentions or not from the Eidolon?
Only from him.
Him, like him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, nothing nefarious that I was able to
Oh,
discern.
yeah, no, totally, just a normal tower.
This Ericon. Are we isolating him from his people, or does he need to be isolated from us as well? Does that question make sense?
It's strength from people around or
Just
followers?
people in general, yeah.
I don't know.
We'll check with the followers first, but if we need to retreat to a safe distance, then I'll have my followers hold it.
If they won't listen to you, I can always turn on the dark side.
Or I'll kill myself.
You just ask him.
We'll start there. After we kill him.
We'll ask him after we kill him, because we can do that in this campaign.
Either way, seems like we gotta start.
Let's go.
Oh, you guys ready to start a session?
Who's gonna talk to him then? Who's gonna take point?
Okay, well, I don't wanna like commandeer this whole thing, but like.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Commandeering this whole
that-
thing is kind of your thing.
No, I'm saying that a lot as Alex, like, that wasn't like his character, you know what I'm saying?
This was.
Okay. I don't know.
The Lord will, I
Okay.
would imagine. Or would you rather not speak to? He asked who wanted to speak to the guy. I
She
said-
volunteered.
Okay.
But well, no, okay, but like I'm saying this with Alex, and I don't want to like run this entire session. So someone else can do it. Like I don't want it to make it all about me. So that's like I can do it because I have that ability to like charismatically like whatever if I don't fall on it. But like yeah. So
I would assume the vampire lord would be the most diplomatic of
I was gonna
us,
say, yeah,
which was what I was getting at, like literally trade for
if it comes to a one-on-one conversation, we can do that.
I'll be with you, just because I
So
can
approach it
protect
as a
some
group,
spirits.
which is the opportunity to do so.
So before we actually walk in there, can I know the plan so I know when to start shooting?
Yes. When we tell you to start shooting, start shooting.
Just make
Well,
sure
then it's too
you-
late.
Make sure you look this down. Hopefully there won't be any radicals around this trip.
Do you think there's more? Cloud can look.
Yep.
Okay. How far into town do we wanna keep going? We're coming up on 3 o'clock right now.
So this is the entrance point. And so that's down here, and this is the town on the map. But yeah, Ian's point's accurate. The town itself's probably
At least 3 or 4
3
hours.
hours, yeah, I'd say 3. Because I assume some early stuff and some, but it went a little longer than I thought.
Little bit, but
Yeah.
very constructive.
Yeah,
I've heard
totally.
so many
Yeah.
new things that I've never heard before
Right?
from your conversation. I don't know what any of it means.
Neither does character.
I know! You wouldn't.
No. I
Kind of
think,
leaning towards calling it here.
yeah, I think this is a good, yeah.
No, you're
Like
really-
that.
totally fine.
If you really.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good session,
Yeah.
right?
Can do that. So Ian, are you just gonna kind of let us know for what?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you're
I'm
gonna get-
hoping on the 13th that first day I can get a lot of questions answered,
Okay.
particularly in regards to the immediate things I need to know for like the rest of that week for me.
Mhm.
And if they are observing the 20th, if they are, and we're not expected to like have some crazy amount of fucking work done over a 3-day weekend, because you're not in class, you better be ready. Then yeah, that should work just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I saw it as a potential, so
Okay, cool.
that's fine. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, the only complication I would have with that would be, again, I'd have another session with my therapist was 10 to 11, which is also
Okay.
tentative, because, yeah,
Makes sense.
you're right.
Um,
But outside of that, we would be
Yeah.
probably.
well, that's
very
fine because
similar
James
time
will
schedule
always work
today,
till 12:30.
Right, okay.
So his schedule is Sunday through Thursday, 12:30, or he gets off 12:30. So,
Yeah,
that's great.
that's-
And
that's
also
fine.
doing doing like the, right at 12:30 and going until like, mid to late afternoon is totally a viable schedule for us. And actually makes James even happier because he gets to sleep at a decent time. So
It makes me as
so
well,
he's always willing to go later because he's very generous, but the early.
but when
ones
we
are
don't have
great.
to, it's appreciated.
Yeah, so that totally works, but it's okay if we need to do things too. I just wanted to throw that out there, that the early ones totally work for us. So yeah, just let us know about the 20th, and no problem if you can't make it work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let everybody know what I can do, but worst case scenario, we're looking at the
Yes, I did know that.
After next Thursday, I'm free.
Nice. You're all done?
Yeah, I mean, I've got
Aye.
lots of